Hey besties, it's Nat, aka Newt Horizons, back again with another video. This is my first recording that I'm doing post rebrand, and I'm super excited. It's gonna be the same old type of content that you were getting when my name was Kiki's Glasses. So welcome in, everyone. Sorry about the confusion with me changing my name, but you may have seen on my Instagram post, Newt is my nickname in real life amongst my friends, and so it means a lot to me to actually name my channel after that. And also because Pango is cute and I love him. I love his attitude. He's kind of a little brat and we stand. Anyways, as you can see, speaking of little brats, this is my playground area. She's kind of a mess, not gonna lie. She's not in the best shape. I used to have the path over here, and as you can tell, I no longer do. So we're gonna not only change this whole area up, but we're also going to move this area. Oop, I forgot I'm in photo mode. Let's just check my map real quick. As you can see right now, we are right here across the bridge from Bob's house, and we are going to move this area to right over behind resident services. And as you can also see, we are pretty close to Bo and Bob's houses. I'm actually gonna shuffle them around a little bit. This area is also a mess, but it's gonna look great. We're gonna do some waterscaping with this river. We're gonna get rid of this weird mountain thing behind my resident services. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So settle in, get something to drink, stay hydrated. Okay, besties, let me know if you got something to drink for this video. It's very important to me that you stay hydrated. And let's settle in for what is sure to be a long build. And I think I might also change into something a little more appropriate for the situation. That is much better. Okay, now we can get started. Hello again, besties. It is me, voiceover Natalie, with the voiceover for the speed build part of the video. And I'm just going to open up the voiceover by letting you know that this is part one of a two-part series of me building my lazy neighborhood for Bo, my enemy, and Bob, who I actually like. And the first thing that we're gonna do is some demolition. I'm just saying goodbye to this beautiful mountain view of my rivers. The mountain was a cute idea when I had a more natural island, and it would have been nice if I had known that they were gonna add the ladders, because it would have been cool to have a ladder behind resident services so you could climb up the mountain and go take a peek or whatever. But I am glad that the mountain is gone. She was taking up a lot of space, and it was, I was doing a different sort of theme for my island in the past, and she wasn't working for me anymore, so we got rid of her. And I got the very satisfying feeling of reverse terraforming, where you tear something down as opposed to building, which is very, very relaxing, unlike terraforming something up, which is stressful and annoying. Several bits of housekeeping. First of all, if you notice that I'm a little more mellow in this recording, it's because it is currently 4 a.m. on Tuesday. I was just waiting for a quiet moment to record this, and 4 a.m. is the most quiet moment in my house, which is fine. Other people live in my house, and there's people outside, and there's cars and everything. But, 4 a.m, she just worked for me. Is she working for my vocal cords? Remains to be seen. Will she be able to carry me? Will my vocal cords be able to carry me through a 40-minute voiceover? Also remains to be seen. Anyways, that was the first bit of housekeeping. Second bit was, as I said earlier, this is a 2-part video series, my first one. I'm glad that it is. I got to a point with this where I was like, I'm gonna have to time travel at least 2 more days and build and destroy several different inclines and bridges and move several houses in order to complete this. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna stop, and I'm gonna continue this later on. And I'm glad that I did, because once again, this video is 40 minutes long, and I don't want to do a voiceover that's longer than that. Not right now, at least. So that was a good choice on my part. Oh yeah, here I am building out what's going to become the road. I actually end up removing this bridge and replacing it with a different bridge, but that is way in the future. Right now, we're just getting the outline of it. And what's hilarious is that I went to great lengths to make sure that the road was in the correct position, like it was lined up with the pre-existing road next to my resident services, but I got it wrong anyway. it's fine. There wasn't any consequences. I just redid it. But I just think it's funny how it's like counting the squares. Like, okay, so I need 3 wide and then I need 1 space for the sidewalk. Anyways, that's, it's a hilarious little anecdote. As I was saying, though, earlier about the part 2 aspect of this, part 2 of this is going to be coming out on Saturday. So you're going to get 2 videos of my island this week. And then next week, I'm doing 2 Happy Home Paradise videos because I have something special planned on Wednesday. That is a surprise. It'll be a surprise. It's not like it'll be a surprise for all of you. None of you are going to see it coming. It'll be very hilarious. You'll love it. Besides that, I'm going to be away the week of Christmas, not the week before, like the week that Christmas happens. So I'm going to try my best to pre-record for that. I just had a question for all of you, all 2,000 of you. First of all, thank you so much for your support again. I'm going to be saying that in every video from now on, because first of all, because I mean it, but also because, oh my gosh, every time I check my YouTube, there's more and more of you, and I love it. Welcome in, everyone. Question, how would you feel about me turning stream VODs into speed builds? Obviously, since it's content you've already seen, I can understand why you would be opposed to it. I did already record several of the stream VODs that I already have, like the one for Celeste and the one for Rover that I recently did, with the intention of I might want to turn this into a speed build in the future, but would you be opposed to that? I know for some people, they don't want to sit through a 3-hour stream VOD to watch me build a house, but then I can understand that if you were one of those people who enjoys rewatching the stream VODs or coming to the streams live, that you'd maybe be like, oh, I've already seen this before. But, I would be adding commentary and, explaining my process back. So, how are you awake? Where are you going? It's 4 a.m. I'm sorry about that. Please excuse my car neighbors. All my neighbors are cars. Anyways, here's me messing up the road. And Bo, okay, we'll get to Bo in a minute. Let's finish the housekeeping first, though. Let me know your thoughts on that, and if there are any videos that you want in particular to be turned into speed builds, let me know that as well. I might even run a poll if YouTube will ever let me access the community tab. What's hilarious is that they approved me for monetization before they gave me access to the community tab, which you only need 500 subscribers to access anyway, so I think that's very funny of them. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, and now it's gone for me, and I'll remember it in 20 minutes, and I'll have a moment. Oh yeah, I changed outfits, by the way, because my sister gave me this adorable mom sweater that I didn't have, and I just thought it was cute. Oh yeah, my final bit of housekeeping was I'm sorry for not streaming on Sunday or Monday. I meant to, and then this build really consumed me. And I was like, I have to finish this now or I'm never going to finish this. You know how I posted like the farm build and then the Melba video back to back, like both on set. I think I posted them both on the same day, which is very chaotic of me. But I don't want this to become like that. I wanted this to be out, which is also part of the reason why I ended it where I did. But I do finish the entire park area, which is the focus of this video. So let's move on to that, shall we? Here's me fixing the road finally. And I really like how it came out. It looks so wide. It's so crazy. Going from super like natural theme where you're using like the 9-tile like twisty windy path to doing a towncore theme, it's very, I want to say jarring, but it's like you really have to retrain yourself of how you decorate. But I think that I've really been this sounds so pretentious. Look at me. It's 4 a.m. It's letting my creativity thrive under this theme, like it's really giving me what I need to like make my dream island, and I'm really pleased with how it's turning out. It sometimes veers away from like a main theme to more of just like a general New England town theme, which I don't mind. The title of this video is Nostalgic Playground, and I do mean that in the literal sense of this isn't necessarily based off of a real playground that I've ever been to, but the way that it looks reminds me of places I've been to, because I grew up both in Maine and then also in Connecticut, the most New England possible. You get both ends of the spectrum of New England. But yeah, something about like the colors and like maybe it's like the December grass that's like mostly dead, and then like the road with like just a few cars, and like, I don't know, and like the winding river. And I think that the most nostalgic part of the build for me is the soccer field, which is going to go directly behind resident services. It's just like something about like an old soccer field, that like a public field with, maybe the soccer goals have some holes in the netting, and there's a popped soccer ball in the ground, and the grass is all overgrown with weeds, and you could just like ride your bike over there and sit and read a book and just be alone, I guess, in your small little town. Something about that, the way that it looks, and like the brick fence. I was so glad that I got to use the brick fence more in this build, since I haven't used it since I did my road area. And I think that fence really captures the vibe that I'm going for my island, if that makes sense. I don't know. Does anything I make it for in the morning make sense? Anything I say? See, I can't even talk. Also, I don't know if you can see. I think it probably showed up earlier, but Kiki and Coco were enjoying KK Slider's performance, and it was very cute. It's like a little girlfriend moment. Bo is over there now. Ugh. Now we have to talk about Bo. Bo and I, right now, not on speaking terms, okay? That man and I feel like I haven't had this much beef with a villager since Goldie, which was that was like way before I started a YouTube channel, like my first island plan, like my first set of villagers on Nautilus. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before on the channel, but Bo has been sending me fake art in the mail for a while now, and it was really getting on my nerves. But then his behavior really started to take a turn for the worse, and he was loitering on my property. He was going through my things. He was talking to me with a real attitude, and I didn't appreciate that from him. But it's my job as the resident rep to, be the bigger person and turn the other cheek, and I'm still gonna build a playground for my lazy villagers, even if one of my lazy villagers doesn't deserve it, unlike Maddie, who deserves the world, which is why I'm moving her house away from two-faced Bo over there. I hope Bo doesn't send her any fake art. She doesn't deserve that energy in her life. But yeah, I'm moving her house over onto the beach, so in the future I can attempt one of those cool, like, island on an island type of builds. You know what I'm talking about? Diana did a video about it, but it was, I don't forget the specific creator who initially posted about it. But yeah, I'm gonna try one of those with her, so be on the lookout for that. If it fails, you'll hear about that too. But yeah, I'm getting rid of this river area. I am gonna connect my rivers again at a different point on my island, but for now they are separated. Unfortunately, it makes me very sad. I don't like when the rivers don't connect. I don't know. It's not on like other people's islands. Like for my own gameplay purposes, it's like it feels weird to me. I don't know. By the way, if you see my friend Chloe popping up, she was time traveling to get a villager to move out so she could get Louie to come to her island. So yeah, shout outs to Chloe and to Louie. Love you both very much. Chloe, your island's stunning. You're stunning. And I mean, yeah, that's that on that. And here I am still messing with the roads. I'm probably going to be messing with them for a while, to be honest. Also, by the way, for anyone who's new here, yes, I do pop all of the balloons that come over while I'm building, whether I'm recording or not. And I do cut a lot of them out because it does take up a lot of video time that could be used actually building. But I do pop the balloons. I know some creators don't pop the balloons, and to each their own, but I have to pop them. I am compelled to, and especially with the 2.0 update, there's all these new items that fall from the sky, and I gotta have them. Here I am destroying that bridge. This build, for some reason, just involved so much moving around. Like, I had to move Maddie's house, then I had to destroy the bridge, then I had to move Bo's house, and then I had to build a new bridge, and then I realized that in order to move Bob's house, I had to destroy an incline. So I built the bridge on the same day that I was trying to move Bob's house. So I couldn't move Bob's house because I can't build a bridge and destroy an incline on the same day. It doesn't let you do that. So at that point, I was like, you know what, we should just pause and come back to this later. And I'm glad that I did, because this just took me forever and a day to do. I'm just meticulous to a fault, And, you know, I'm happy with how my builds come out, but boy, can they be a pain. But this is one of the ones that I'm really happy with how it came out, especially the park area. The park area is just so adorable. As you can see, I was honestly, my biggest visual inspiration for the playground aspect of the park was the 2.0 update trailer. When they showed off this park fence, I was like, that's adorable. I love how you have the roads going behind it. I love the color of the fence. I was like, this is perfect. So that's what I based it off of, and I love how it turned out. Obviously, I have the luxury of having access to custom designs that the Nintendo people making the trailer island did not have. So I also use that to my advantage. I ended up expanding the dirt, the light colored dirt, down one more tile, and then I left like a little bit of it not down in the corner to basically be like the little path that sort of leads you into the park, and then it splits off and takes you down in the soccer field. It'll make more sense when you actually look at it, because right now I'm messing around with the bricks. We keep a little bit of the bricks, but it's mostly just dirt and grass, and I like that. I like it a lot. And I planted some weeds as well, and we used a lot of cute custom designs in the ground. And overall, I just really like how this area turned out. I like hanging out over here in a similar way to how I feel about my farm, which, surprise, part of the reason you haven't seen my house at all during this video is, I mean, partially because it's on the other side of the island, but I may or may not have completely renovated my farm a second time. Yeah, no, when I said in the farm video that it wasn't permanent, I meant that, because literally a week later she was different. I guess something about that build just wasn't speaking to me at the time that I set out to record it. Like, later on I saw different pictures on Instagram and like other inspiration that helped me get a clear vision in my mind of what I wanted it to be, and that is how I was able to rebuild it in a way that I enjoyed. But for this build example, I had a very specific image in my mind of how I wanted it to be, because it was based off of the park in the trailer. So I had the combination of like that vision plus my own vision that created the way that it looks in my head, and I was able to translate that very easily into the game. And I think initially when I set out to build the farm in my mind, I didn't have a concrete vision. It was more abstract. So I just needed a little more like influence and inspiration to get it done the way that I wanted it to be. But I'm very happy with it now. So we'll see that eventually. But right now we're looking at the park, and it's looking very cute. First of all, this is the best colorway of the climbing gym. It's true. We all know it. I got to use my adorable little blue plastic fence. I put these weeds behind there, and I like the weeds a lot. If the tree was one space forward, like one tile down, I would have put the spoiled turnip on the ground so that I could have like a little anthill, but I forgot to leave space for the anthill. So we're gonna put the anthill somewhere. I don't know where. But you know what? It's gonna go somewhere on my island eventually. Mark my words. I will have the anthill somewhere, maybe with like a little picnic. We'll see. I have plans for this area. I mean, obviously this is part one of a 2-part series, but you know what I mean. Like I have plans in my mind, my big mind, unlike my farm, which I didn't have plans for. Oh yeah, I expanded the park a little bit because I just needed more room, and then I expanded it one tile down, I think, and I was just adding little bushes, adding little weeds, and making it all cute. I think my favorite part of working on this build was just experimenting with all the different colors, because it's so colorful. You know, you have like the greens and the blues, and then you have like little pops of pink and red and yellow, and just balancing out those colors. It took a really long time, and I did spend a lot of time. I used a lot of customization kits. I went to Harv's Island a lot, but in the end I think it turned out really adorable. And it was just like, you know, it's something you don't get to do every day. It obviously, you know, fits my theme, but it's just different enough from the other areas that I've been working on that it's a little refreshing. You know, I'm like I said earlier, I get to stretch my creative muscles a little bit. Okay, listen, the orientation of this trash can, the fire hydrant, and the water fountain, the way that it has been weighing on my soul the past 2 days. Listen, okay, I'm still not 100% pleased with it, to be honest. Like, I just, something about it, like the balance and like the weight of the different quarters of the space, because like I don't like symmetry, but like I need it to like weigh the same, if that makes sense. But like
but like I need it to be accessible so my villagers can like wander in there and I can take you pictures of them. So like I'm working with like the balance of the space and the colors and the literal spacing of the objects, and it's just been haunting me, and it's still haunting me right now at 4:44 in the morning, which is what time it is and how long it's taken me to get from the last time I did a time check to right now. Yeah, it's a little slow going. This voiceover is so sleepy, which I guess makes sense because I'm sleepy. But you know, it's like a different energy from some of my previous voiceovers where I'm a little more peppy, a little more hyper. Fuchsia's being so cute right now. Look at her. She's adorable. I love her. Okay, I'm about to extend the dirt down a little bit. So while I do that, quick update on the Coco, Fuchsia, Marshall, Genji situation. I'm pretty sure Genji and Marshall is still a thing. Last time I saw them, which was literally like an hour ago when I was playing, working on the second part of this build, they were walking around wearing matching snow outfits, like jackets and hats. Very cute. I also caught Coco and Fuchsia flirting with each other earlier, which was very cute. But there's definitely been like some spice going on, like behind the scenes that I'm not privy to. So I think it's in this video, but earlier I saw Marshall singing in the town square and then Genji like straight up ignoring him, like intentionally walking by him, and they had like weird eye contact. Very strange. And then when I was playing this a few days ago, Coco and Genji were having like a weird like late night sort of meetup in the middle of the street outside of Coco's house, and then Coco was hanging out in Genji's yard while he wasn't home, and they're making eye contact, and it was just so bizarre. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, because like I don't think Fuchsia knows any of this is happening, and I don't know how much Marshall knows. Like Marshall clearly is onto something because like Genji was ignoring him. I just don't want this drama to start up again because I don't. Marshall, speaking of villagers who got attitude, Marshall is sometimes that squirrel just pushes my buttons and he always got something to say, and I don't deserve that energy in my life, and I don't think that I can handle a heartbroken Marshall or a jealous Marshall again after all that I've already been through, because I'm part of this too, because I'm the mediator. I hear all the drama and I'm talking to everybody except for Bo. As we know, I'm not on speaking terms with him. But yeah, no, I need a break from the drama. And the way that you all are vibe checking me in the comments, I'm vibe checking my villagers. And the vibes are off, besties. The vibes are way off. Just like the very loud car driving by my house. Bad vibes all around. But yeah, I'm bringing all the items over from my old playground that I think are very adorable and that I love. This is pretty much the final layout of the playground for the most part. The tire toys changed the most. I actually changed the blue one to more of a teal color just to sort of bring back from the blue a little bit, because there's a lot of blue going on. And I also layered them a little bit differently just so there was more space. And they look really adorable by the end. I experimented with having them be just black, but that was a little boring for me, so I went back with the color, and I'm really pleased with how it came out. And I was trying to use this skateboard to cover up the weird, abrupt transition between the bricks and the dirt, but then I ended up using a leaf pile, because we love a leaf pile, okay? A leaf pile can do no wrong. She's always welcome here on the channel, of course. Speaking of leaf pile, Butch came to visit my house earlier today, and it was very adorable, and he complimented the leaf pile by my door. He said it was giving him like a fall vibe, I was like, yeah, bestie, exactly. Thank you. So, if you're interested in a Butch-approved kitchen and you haven't already seen my Seaside Cottage Kitchen video, what are you even doing, bestie? She's right there, waiting for you. Link in the card. You're gonna love it, I promise. But actually, no, wait for this video to be over and then go watch it. But it's there. She's there. Whenever you're ready for her, she'll be there. I think this is the final configuration of the tire toys. Yeah, and I changed the colors of them. Ooh, but that means that now we get to work on the soccer field. This is my favorite part of the build, as I mentioned before. It's just, this is the most nostalgic part, I think. Just the way it looks, something about it. Something about like the little hole in the fence that you can like walk through behind resident services. Something about the bricks and the weeds and the grass and the bike leaned up against the fence and the dirt tracks. And I actually didn't keep the little duck, but I do think I'm going to put the little duck back because he is very adorable. Something about him, too. Very nostalgic. Ooh, and something that I didn't actually end up doing in this portion of the build, but that I plan on doing is there was this dream address for like a rural Japanese themed island that I cannot for the life of me remember the creator of, but they put music on the ground to act as like a storytelling device by using the titles of the songs to tell a narrative. And I don't think I'm going to use it to like actually tell a story on my island or anything, but I definitely want to use that as an element. So I ordered I Love You off of the Nook store, and I'm going to put that in the soccer field because I think that that's very cute, especially for like a children's play area. I think that's a really adorable thing to just add. That's such a genius idea. Shout out to that person. If someone in the comments, if you know what I'm talking about, please tell me who created that so I can actually shout them out. Also, can we talk about once again how the utility pole is just the best item? Like, it just is. And to be honest, in the final build, I moved the utility pole that's next to the fire hydrant. I swapped it with the street lamp, but I kind of want to put it back because I like that like line of utility poles going up the street. It's just like, I don't know, something about it. I just like how it looks. This reminds me of spending the afternoon with my Nana. Something about it. Just the way that this area looks. And to my sister, if you're watching, let me know if you agree, because that's just, I don't know, that's just the vibe that it gives off, like an afternoon with Nana. Do any of y'all watching like understand that as a description, as like a vibe? I don't know if that makes any sense, but let me know if it does. I'd love to know if it does. This is the final configuration for the Tired Toys, I'm pretty sure, and I think it looks super cute. I had to balance out the red in the bike and the yellow in the climbing gym, and then the blue everywhere else. And there's some yellow in the horses too. Oops, sorry about that. I just bonked my hand against the desk. Here we are actually putting down the lines on the soccer field, just some like chalk lines. And this only took up 2 code slots, so I'm like, this is a no-brainer. It just like adds a little bit of realism to it. Though I think that this field also would have looked good without the chalk lines. I think it just adds that little extra bit that sort of elevates it, I guess. And we obviously got the soccer ball. I think I had to order another soccer net, which is why there's only one over there right now. But this is sort of like, now the build is sort of like actually coming together. Oh, you might also recognize those little chalk drawings in the playground from my Pee-wee and Al stream. If you were there for their gym stream, shout outs to Pee-wee and Al. Love those guys, love their son. I forget what we named him. I don't know. Ooh. Another detail, I was wearing the knee bandages to go with my little outfit that I had on, but I took the knee bandages off and I put them on the ground as decoration because what's more realistic to a playground than some kid's gross bandage? But I ended up moving it to the actual playground itself, and then I put something else down. Actually, I think I left that space in the soccer field blank, so maybe that's where I'll put the music, the little piece of music. We'll see in the future. You guys may have also noticed in that sound clip that another old friend is back, the computer fan. Ooh, this part's important. I was looking up how to get the little drink, like the little soda can, and you can do Red's raffle on Harv's Island. I never noticed this. I am dumb. It's literally right there. You can see it. It's next to him. But yeah, I got the soda can in like 3, it was even the exact color I wanted to. I got it in like 3 turns on the raffle. Very lucky. I'm a very lucky girl. And now we cut back to me struggling to place down these chalk designs. It was just like a balance thing, and I switched out the little dude for like this cat, and the cat is very cute, but I think that the shape of the cat is wrong, so I ended up switching it back to the little dude. And then I put what's it called? What is it called? A puddle. I put a puddle next to the water fountain, which switches places with the trash can again, and that is the final configuration, just because it, like, you know, it makes sense to have a water puddle, and it's like next to the fire hydrant too. It all works out in the end, and it's cute, and I love it. I can't believe I made it 30 minutes into a video without the computer fan showing up. That's like a new record for her, you know? I feel like it's either all or nothing with her. It's like she's on the second I hit record, or she's not on the entire time, you know? So I feel like this is a little bit of a moment for us. What am I doing now? Oh, I'm moving he who shall not be named's house. I actually spent the back half of this video sort of messing around with his yard, because essentially what I wanted to do was transplant the pre-existing yard plan of his house and Bob's house, just moving them over slightly, but leaving the same basic shape and elements of them. And I have a plan for Bob's house. I don't know if I want it to be a surprise or not. Actually, since y'all made it 30 minutes into the video, that means that we're tight. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you in on the secret, is that the next part of this that you're gonna see on Saturday is going to be a convenience store. Okay, it's going to be like a campground type of store, like, you know, you stop there to get your snacks on the way to go camping. It's going to be like that type of vibe, and Bob's going to work there. Maybe Bo will work there too, I don't know. Anyways, that's the plan, the working plan for Bob's house. But like, I didn't have that with Bo's house, and I kind of have some more ideas now, but certainly when I was recording this, I didn't have a set idea of what I wanted to do with Bo's yard. And I have a couple ideas now that I'm sitting down and like rewatching this, but I'm still not super like married to anything with him. Maybe it's just because I hate him, and that's why, you know. I shouldn't say that. Hate is a strong word, but I'm just not feeling that man right now. And, you know, just like the farm build, my frustration is blocking my ability to come up with ideas. Fun fact, that orange tape deck, that was a gift in the mail from Fuchsia, because Fuchsia's a real one, and I'm actually friends with her and I actually like her. I was trying to stunt some trees, and I very stupidly placed them too close to pre-existing trees, and they didn't grow, and I time traveled, and I felt very silly. But yeah, all of that to say that I have like approximately half an idea of what I'm doing at any given moment on my island. And I appreciate you all for coming along the ride with me, because it is a lot of fun. Ooh, I meant to say that the Bob the Builder, I don't know. It's 5:30 in the morning, if you couldn't tell, besties, it's 5:30 in the morning. But yes, Bob's Build is going to be the first time that I use the Happy Home Paradise abilities on my own island, and I don't really know what to expect. So if any of you have any tips, please let me know. I don't know anything about renovating my actual villagers' houses, so please tell me. I need all the information I can get before I dive into that. Like, how many items can I access? Do I have to bring my own stuff with me? Do I need to go on another trip into Nookazon to get stuff for Bob's house? Like, I don't know how it works. So if any of you have any insight into that, I'd love to hear it. I think if there's one thing that you take away from this video, Vesties, is that you should not pick up my sleeping habits. They're not cute. They're not quirky and fun. I am taking damage. I am losing massive HP from this. So don't do what I'm doing right now. Also, drink some water. I know I told you at the beginning of the video to get something to drink, because this is a long one, but you better have actually done that, or I'm going to be upset with you. Here I am planting another tree like an idiot. I mean, you know, what else is new around here, right? I feel like the final 10 minutes of this build is somehow longer than the last 30 minutes for some reason, like mentally. Maybe it's because of how tired I am. Maybe it's because Bo and I are still beefing, and it's like a sore subject to like watch myself decorate his house. Actually, this is really funny. I go to place down Bo's like plot, and Bob is standing there, and he like disappears, and then he like respawns slightly away from the house when I place it down. I'm like, rip Bob, I just dropped a house on him. He doesn't deserve that. Bob's a good guy, you know? Is he competent enough to run a business? I don't think so, but that's, you know, he's gonna try his best, and we're all gonna root for him. And it probably won't go well, but it'll be fun that it happened, you know? I'm pretty sure I asked y'all at some point if you would trust Shino to drive a car, and this is a similar question. Would you buy candy from a man who admits to having bugs in the floor, you know? Would you? It's an honest question. Bob is very cute, but is he the type of guy that you want to buy a food product from? There's Bo's little log cabin. Like I said before, I do have slightly more ideas about what I want to do with his house, but my rage is blinding me from accessing my creativity. To be honest, I don't even know if I even want to keep his house as a log cabin, but I feel like it fits because like their two houses are sort of like the last stop before you get to the campground, so it makes sense that it would be a log cabin. But also I'm like, I don't know if it fits or not. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I have ideas. I'm still thinking about him, though. I don't like thinking about this guy because he gets on my nerves. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. As resident representative, I take my job very seriously. I can't let beef get in the way of my career prospects. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of taking my job very seriously, we are so close to the end of this video. I can taste it, I can feel it, and I can fall asleep without worrying about having my video done on time, which is going to be the best sleep of my whole life. I'm going to absolutely adore it. Here I am messing with the trees. Like I said earlier, the tree stunting was a big failure on my part, but I'm gonna get it done, and by the time this whole area is done, the trees will be the right size and they'll be in the right spots and it'll be great. I was messing with this fence a lot. I don't even remember how it ends up in the end, to be honest. I also I got the second soccer goal, and I got a bottle of water, and I think that's all I added to this area. I also messed up the dirt tracks, and you can see it in the thumbnail. And the Virgo moon and rising inside of me is so bothered by this, but I can't go back and retake the pictures because the pictures have Genji in them, and I can't just teleport Genji to the exact spot that he was in when I took them. So we're stuck with it, and you made it this far in the video, so now you know the secret about the messed up thumbnail. Congratulations, you also now can't unsee it, just like me. You're burdened with knowledge. This part's fun. I experimented with the iron bridge. I didn't actually place it. I ended up going with the same bridge that I have next to my own house, the plain wooden one, but I did experiment with it and I did like it. But the blue of the iron fence is different from the blue of the park fence, and I knew that if I did it, it would bother me to no end, so I didn't want to set myself up for that big of a financial L in this game when I've already given so much of my money to Cyrus. You know, I can't afford to build a bridge and then not like it and then tear it down and then build another one. That's silly. I might as well just do it right the first time. But I did leave the footage of it in the video because I think it's interesting, and then you guys get to see it and you can tell me what you thought. If you thought it looked nice, too bad. I already put down the other one because this is a speed build and it's recorded in the past. But, you know, it's a little fun, you know, a little view into a world that does not exist. A look into a version of my island that has a specific detail that bothers me immensely. Think about that, you know? There it is. She's pretty cute, not gonna lie. I am a fan. But not here, not now. Here we go with the wooden bridge. The wooden bridge, she always holds me down. Speaking of bridges, my river is so skinny. She's skinny now. I'm not used to having a skinny river. It's different for me. I can hop over it. It's so strange. I ended up putting these hedges because I felt like the brick was missing something. Oh, here's the part with Marshall and Genji. Look at this. Are you seeing this behavior from Genji? Genji, I am very suspicious of you, sir. I'm worried about Marshall. I hate to say it, but I am. And I placed down the what's it called? The wheat field finally for the first time. You are going to see a lot more of that on my island in the future, trust me. But for right now, I just used it to sort of replace the visual of the sadly gone, fully grown weeds from Beau's old yard. I hated to rip them up, but, you know, you gotta move on sometimes. And that was a moment of that. Here I am messing with the water on the other side of the road. I kind of like the visual of it being kind of like a bridge, even though I tore down the bridge. So I sort of messed with it in that sense, but I'm gonna end up turning this into like a little fishing pond. And like I said, I'm gonna connect my rivers in a different area. But I just wanted it to be like, you know, you're driving by, and I ended up putting sidewalk over there, and I think I might put a bench so you can like sit next to the river. I don't know. This is the part where I was like, okay, Bestie, you need to stop. You need to stop. You need to take a breather, and you need to come back to this later. And then with a clear head, you can finish this. You can do Bob's house. You can finish off Beau's house. It'll be great. You'll love it. But with that, besties, we are coming up on the end of the build. So I guess I'll start closing out this voiceover now. I'll just take a second to talk about my rebrand again one more time. I appreciate all of you so much for your patience and understanding. And I appreciate your support too, because like I said, it's my Newt is my real life nickname, and it means a lot to me that it's the name of my channel now, and I'm really excited to sort of have a fresh start with everything. And I guess get the opportunity to be even more excited about my channel and all of the exciting stuff I have planned for the future. So with that, I think it's time to close out this build. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, this is part 1 of a 2-part series. Part 2 is coming on Saturday, and then next week we are getting 2 Happy Home Paradise videos, so look forward to that. If I don't stream today, which is Tuesday the 7th, then I will try to stream later in the week after this video goes up. Like I said though, this whole build has been taken out of me, so we'll probably do a shorter stream this week, likely finishing Rover's apartment. But with that, besties, I am gonna go to bed, and I'll see you all again on Saturday.